Hello friends, and welcome to OER Part 2, Implementing Open Educational Resources. I'm Kim Gruey, and I will be your facilitator for this workshop. I'd like to welcome you back if you were in OER Part 1 just last week, or if you've been in OER Part 1 at a different time and now you're coming back to Part 2. Or if you're brand new. No matter who you are, I'm so happy that you're here and thank you for joining us. The reason I bring up Part 1 though is because if you're interested in earning a credential, and I am an achievement-oriented kind of person myself, if you take OER Part 1 and Part 2, you're eligible for that credential. And you can learn more about that by reading the syllabus or going to the final module in the course about completing the course. So I'm going to take you quickly through some of the highlights of this OER Part 2. Now, originally the workshop was intended more like for people who are trying to implement OER at a program level. But I know that over the course of experience of teaching these workshops, sometimes we have some people who are really just sort of more beginning in their journey. And so we really wanted to adapt and adopt this OER implementation plan, which is the highlight and the capstone of OER Part 2. And we really wanted to customize it and edit it so that you can tweak it and make it your own. So I just want to emphasize as I highlight a couple of key points for OER Part 2 that if you're an individual who's just sort of getting started on your OER journey and just sort of starting to adopt OER for a course, go ahead and adopt and adapt and tweak your approach to a couple of the sections of the OER implementation plan that everybody's going to be working on. So in order to get started, just like we tell our students, I would recommend you click on the syllabus, but I do want you to know on the home page, if you scroll down, you will see all the work that's due. Now this is a week-long workshop that goes from March 11 to March 17. And basically there's kind of like one thing due a day, but it's like there are 3 discussions, and day 1 is your initial post, with day 2 being your reply. And I know that sometimes people, kind of engage all at once. So this is just the flow and the suggestion. They're guidelines, not deadlines. However, besides the plan that you'll implement, the interaction with colleagues and the collaboration and getting and giving feedback for the plan is another big component of the course. And so you want to try your best to kind of be in the flow of the course day to day. But if you're not able to, just do your best. And if you get in real trouble of some sort or feel way behind, email me and we'll figure out something. But our goal is to get everyone through the course or the workshop for sure. And again, want to welcome you to adopt the implementation plan to your needs. So if you'd click on the syllabus, it'll, you can go through. It's a really nice dynamic syllabus. I'm not going to go through the whole syllabus, but I wanted to point out in the description how it says, the goal of the workshop is to develop a practical understanding of how to engage and support teaching faculty in adopting, adapting, and creating OER at course and/or program level. So yeah, if you just need to think about yourself in your journey in this process as that faculty member and what sort of support you need, that is fine. But I do also want to show you that, if I can get the page to move forward. There we go. That the number 3 here is to support OER faculty in implementing OER. And one of the ways in that is this OER implementation plan. Notice the takeaways. And again, you'll go through the syllabus more carefully. I'm not trying to gloss over. I'm just highlighting key points. But the document is the thing that you're going to create. You're going to create the implementation plan. And I'm pretty excited about that. And when you're in the course, the modules go through the reading and drafting your OER plan, which is in the day 1, early in the course. This is an important page, and you get directed back to this page again and again because it's where you originally download your template that you're going to use for your OER implementation plan. And I want you to know that the 3 discussions in the course are completely aligned with the implementation plan, so that as you're working on one part of the plan, you're also participating in a discussion where you're sharing your ideas about that part of the plan, and hopefully that interaction is going to help each of you to hone your own implementation plans, get your ideas and things like that. So when you click on this, you're going to get a page that looks like this, And if you're a Google user, make a copy. Even if you're not a Google user, you have to make a copy. And when you click make a copy, it will create a Google Doc in your account, or I guess in the general atmosphere. And you can work in this document, or if you're more comfortable in Word, you can go to File, Download. You can download it as a Word document, and you can work on it at your own pace, keep saving it onto your hard drive, and then submit that at the end. So either way, you can work in this document and just kind of share the link and that sort of thing, or you can work in a Microsoft. You can do whatever you want, but those are usually the two that people like to do the most. So, I hope that's clear. But every time we refer back to it, we'll say, hey, remember about the plan, and you'll always come back to this page because we figure you're working in a template somewhere, so we're not going to take you to that make a copy page again and again. So I wanted to make that piece clear. If things are becoming a little muddy, I want to remind you that to get help, there is a support form. And again, on the home page, if you click help, it will take you to our support form, which I suggest you subscribe to as well. I've subscribed, as you can see here. And if you know a question or can answer a question, feel empowered to jump in there and help us out. But I'll be monitoring this, and I'll answer questions as they come in or if they come in. Now, if your question's more personal, or you have, like, you're late, or you want to turn something in late, or you have a question about your personal grade or something like that, feel free to email me either by using the inbox or just use my kgruey@mbcc.edu email, which again, at that home page, you'll find if you click on my bio, which most of you I know, but if you don't know me, I am a instructional designer right now by trade at Northern Virginia Community College, full-time, and I was an English professor a long time before that, and OER is my jam and been my jam for the past decade. And I'm always happy I get to do these OER workshops for the OLC, and I've been doing them for the past few years, and just recently updated and tweaked them with the help of some of the great IDs here at the OLC. So I'm real excited about part 2. I hope you really understand that you want to make this implementation plan your own. It's not about being right or wrong. It's about thinking through some of these elements that you need to think through in order to implement OER not only in your course, but then beyond. How are you going to bring some of your colleagues along? If you're just getting started, maybe you want to spread the word. Maybe you'll have lunch with a couple of colleagues. What might you talk about? Things like that are the kinds of things you want to think about in order to kind of spread the word and start growing your OER implementation. So I'm looking forward to the next week. The workshop officially begins on Monday, March 11. I look forward to our week of learning together. Thank you.